Hey gals, and welcome to the Wishing Pod. Today I'm trying something a little bit different, which I'm quite nervous and excited about. I'm going to be doing an oracle card, angel card reading for you guys. I've got 3 options. I have loved doing oracles for as long as I can remember. I think I started using my first deck about the age of 8, and I usually do personal readings for myself and for my close friends, but this is a part of myself that I haven't really shown much online. Although saying that, I did used to have a YouTube channel just for this, but I did keep it very secret from everyone I knew just because I wasn't sure how it would be perceived. But that was a long time ago, and I feel like we're past that and past caring what others think, and for the sake of keeping others happy. And I think it's important to be as authentic as possible. So this is me. I want to do these either in the early morning or the late night. You can probably hear I'm a bit croaky because it's about 6 a.m. But I always feel very rejuvenated in the mornings, and I always feel very peaceful, and I think it's a good time to channel. So with that being said, I want this to be your space to slow down, to reconnect, and to receive a message that was meant for you. If you found this video, I want you to trust that there is something here for you. When picking your pile, when listening to the reading, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Before we start the reading, I want to do a grounding ritual. I've got my sage here and my selenite. So I'm just gonna cleanse this area. I want the messages to be really clear, and I want this space to be very pure, so it smells really good. So while I'm doing this, just take a deep breath in. Let go of anything heavy. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. And maybe think about the cards in front of you. Today's message is what you already know deep down, but need to hear again. So I drew these animal cards last night so that I could let myself think upon what I think they mean, what messages are coming through. And I'm going to be pulling from lots of different decks. And so I'm really excited. I've got loads of new decks since coming back to England. As you may know, I'm in a camper van that I'm renovating at the moment, and I've had to start again after leaving my life in Japan and starting anew here in England. In a lot of ways, that's been really amazing, and I now have loads of oracle cards that I've just picked up along the way. Some of them I've had for many, many years, but a lot of them are new since coming home, so I'm really excited to start this channel and try out all of these different cards with you. So with that being said, take your time, pause if you need to, and just take a look at each of these cards and think about the question or the phrase, what you already know deep down but need to hear again. We have the tiger, which says, accept your magnificence. Turtle, be joyful and trusting. And the butterfly, be ready to transform with wisdom. Hello everyone who picked the tiger card. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm really excited to do this video for you. So, the tiger, accept your magnificence. This is such a powerful card for me. I feel like the tiger represents an inner strength, a deep trusting and confidence within yourself, even when standing alone or having opposing opinions. So I wonder if this is just a reminder that you need to have confidence. Maybe there is something happening in your life that you feel very strongly about. There's a situation that you have this unwavering sense that it should be a certain way, you should go in a certain direction, the outcome should be this. And I feel like there are people in your life who maybe are not feeling like that, and I think for maybe some of you it's not coming from a place of being like they're not trying to hurt your feelings, they're not trying to be putting you down, but I feel like for you it maybe even feels kind of oppressive, like you just want to be free and you just want to be out of whatever this is, and you have this unwavering feeling that this is the direction that I need to go in. And this message is here to tell you to have confidence in yourself, that actually what you are feeling is totally valid, and what you want to do, there is power behind that, there is meaning behind that, and this is the time that you need to step out into your confidence, into your tiger energy, and start taking steps towards that decision. I feel like you've maybe known this for a long time, that you need to move forward in this way, but maybe because of friends or family or external forces, it has meant that you have been staying still. And this message is saying now is the time. Do it gently, do it with grace, but do it with the uttermost confidence, because this is the right path and you know yourself better than anybody. So let's have a little look at some other cards. This was my card for today, by the way, assertiveness, which I feel is very necessary for this card reading. So I'm going to be using the Daily Guidance Oracle deck. I'm just going to pop that over there. This is the deck that I've had for a really long time. I think I started using this particular deck when I was 8, or around that age. Okay. So, what does the tiger group need to know? Ooh. Okay, on the bottom of the deck we've got giving and receiving. We've got fresh air. Ooh, just make sure that's in view. Focus on service and shower of abundance. Okay, so this message is really clear. I think that you've been out of balance with your giving and receiving. Maybe you've been giving way too much. I think that's probably most likely the case. I feel like you have maybe been falling into people-pleasing tendencies, and in doing so, it's meant that your giving and receiving balance is totally off, which is, it's very important to receive as much as you give. You don't get a special award for only giving and not receiving. So I think this is just a confirmation that now is the time, you know? Are you looking after yourself? Are you taking care of what you need to do to look after yourself? Are you receiving from the right people in your life? Are you overgiving to people who maybe don't deserve it for the sake of keeping peace? And then, for me, this feels like a timeline. If you look at these cards, I love this card. I love all these cards, actually, especially Shower of Abundance. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. I can't pick it up, these nails. But I think you need a change of space. That's very clear. Maybe this change is pointing to a change in space, maybe a change in living situation, a change in groups, a change in hobbies even. Maybe it's a career change, maybe it's an idea, like a dream. Maybe you've wanted to move abroad. But I do see some kind of movement, some kind of travel. And so let's go through these cards. So for fresh air, it says, your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to the mother's nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. So this could also be pointing to looking after yourself. If this situation has gotten you down in the dumps and you've been bed rotting and you've been not looking after yourself, this is just a reminder that it's important, even if you don't feel 100%. As it said, make sure you're opening your curtains and windows. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Get on the teas if that's what you're into. Make sure you're eating fresh fruits and veggies, this kind of thing. It's really important, because even having a little bit of self-care and self-love in these moments, which is what this card is also pointing to, like having uttermost confidence and trust in yourself. You can only get this by doing this. You can't expect to be confident and accepting of your magnificence, as it says in this card, if you are not doing the basic things to take care of yourself. So this is just a reminder. I don't want to like go on and be like, you need to do this, but I feel like this is very important to just reiterate that self-love is the best kind of love, and if you are not taking care of yourself, even in the most basic ways, just making sure that you're having fresh air, drinking water, that kind of thing, it's going to be very hard to be level-headed and see clarity for your situation. So yeah, so that's the messages that I'm getting out of there. Look after yourself, and also if this is a situation regarding travel, change of jobs, that kind of thing, change in situation at all, this is your clarification card that yes, this is valid and what you're thinking of has weight, so don't ignore it. Now, moving on to these cards, I feel like this is the how and this is the outcome, okay? Your guides, your higher power, whatever you believe in, source, God. This is how you get to this. When you focus on service, when you focus on what you can do for others, you will have a shower of abundance. Now, I think it's very important to just say, like, this is not about overgiving. I feel like this is the current energy of overgiving, under receiving. Whereas this is different. This is the energy of giving from a full cup, whereas this is giving from an empty cup. When you focus on service, when you focus on bettering people's lives, it comes from a place of peace, and you will feel more whole by doing that. So whatever this is, whatever this movement is, it could be a change in job. It could be going out and creating something. So let's read this. It says, "Your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in this stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do." So this is talking about maybe if you have an idea, if you have something on your mind that you just can't shake, and you're like, I really want to try this, I really want to do this, I'm nervous about it, and I don't know if it's the right thing to do. This is the confirmation it is. And if it involves travel, if it involves, movement, like this is an even bigger confirmation. And ultimately the overall message is, have confidence in yourself, have confidence that what you're feeling is valid, and that your dreams can actually come into fruition. They're not unrealistic. They are not unattainable. However, in order to receive your dream, your shower of abundance, you must take care of yourself. You must have deep confidence and self-love for yourself and give from a full cup. I think you know what this is. I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel like it points to something either creative or something like, I don't know, maybe teaching, or something where you get to create something really good for yourself, but also others will benefit from it as well. People will get to reap the fruits of your service. So let's move on to shower of abundance. This is your outcome, which is great. For, if you stay on this current path that you are and focus on having confidence in yourself and this, actually noticing, realizing and accepting how amazing you are. It literally says, accept your magnificence. You are magnificent. So hold on to that and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Shower of abundance. To heal your financial situation, first give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you'll allow. So yes, this card does talk about finances, and yes, there is money. I like this card because although it talks about money, I feel like abundance is such a broad thing. It's not just abundance in the form of money. It could be abundance in the form of friendship, love, success in whatever form you are looking for that in. This could definitely mean financially, for sure. And I really hope that it does. However, I want to think bigger than that. I don't want to just say to you, yes, you're going to become rich. Because money isn't everything. Although money is a great tool, and it can bring so much happiness, and it can make you do so much good with the world, for the world, if you have an abundance of money. there is so much more to life. I would say that the connections you keep are such a massive part of feeling abundant as well, and I feel like this is a message to do with people, in the sense that it feels like your energy at the moment, you're around people who aren't moving with your best interests. Even though they might mean well, they may not know that they're being toxic, but they are. And it's actually stunting your growth. And what this is talking about is moving into a place where you become so sure of yourself, you become so confident in your own skin, you're looking after yourself, you recognize how wonderful you are and how talented and how skilled you are. You give from that place of abundance inside, and then your external world starts reflecting it. And I think this is the entire message here, and that's very clear for me. I wanted to try these moon cards because I've never used them before, and this is just gonna be any final messages before we close up this reading. All right. Oh, we've got the owl. So wise. So maybe you're wise beyond your years. Maybe you are someone who sees things from many different directions. You're an old soul. It says, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. Now, if that's not confirmation, I don't know what the hell is. So, there you go, you have that. And you've got the moon in Aries and the blue moon. So if that means anything to you, Aries, maybe you have Aries in your chart, maybe you are dealing with an Aries, or maybe you've just got this like very fiery energy in this situation, either with yourself or somebody around you. I personally see Aries as this like force of nature. They're very strong, they're very resilient. However, the message on this card says, remain sensitive to others and avoid confrontation. So maybe this is just, I feel like this is saying you don't have to have big conversations in order to solve this. You can move in silence. You can do what you need to do in order to get out, to move through, to have the outcome that you're looking for. You don't need to have big conversations. Not everyone's deserving of it, honestly. I really feel like closure is overrated in a lot of cases. I think it's more important to keep the peace than to have a confrontation, have it all blow up, and try and get some kind of closure, because I feel like the kind of people you're dealing with right now just will not understand, I'm afraid. They are not the same headspace, they are not in the same mindset, and they maybe have very different values to you, and that's very important to realize and to accept. You can't change other people, however you can change how you respond. And I would suggest that keeping the peace is more important than having closure. You can create your own closure as you move through, and when you are really secure, when you are really secure in yourself, closure no longer becomes something that is necessary, because you understand that your peace is what's most important, and your confidence and your knowing of how you want to move forward almost acts as closure. We also have the blue moon, just to finish off. It says, now is a powerful time to set long-term goals and sow seeds for the future. Right, so this is exactly what we're talking about, right? You're in a situation right now where maybe you can move quite easily through things. Maybe you are at an advantage somehow. And so this is a great time to recenter yourself, to reground yourself, to regulate yourself, in order to work out what this act of service is, to work out what it is that you want to give to the world, what talents it is. Maybe you already know, maybe it's just a case of planning it and putting the wheels in motion. Because when you start taking little steps, it will snowball. So this is what this card is saying. It's a really powerful time to start setting these long-term goals. If it's a goal of travel, if it's a career change, like now is the time. So this reading has been very clear to me, and I'm really glad about that because it's my first reading on my new channel, doing pick cards. So anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it resonated. As I said in the introduction, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Only you know the right path, but I really hope that this has given you a sense of knowing more in which direction that you're going to choose. It sounds really exciting. I know that your situation at the moment isn't ideal, but I see something really great in the future as long as you look after yourself and as long as you remember who the heck you are. Okay, thank you so much, tigers. Bye bye. Hello, my turtles. How's it going? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that whatever message comes through today will help you in some way. And when I think about the turtle, I think about slow movement, and I think about the hard shell. I think about wisdom, and I also think about self-trust. The turtle is known to live a very long time, and I feel like maybe there is a situation that has been going on for a while, which has caused you to become very, very resilient, or is teaching you to become very, very resilient. And although that's tricky, it's actually a really good thing, because the skills that you learn through going through something very hard, the lessons that you can take away with you, are immeasurable and priceless. So I get the feeling that there is something that has been going on for a very long time that you've had to be moving very, very slowly through, and that probably has been very, very frustrating for you. But the turtle says here, be joyful and trusting. Maybe you're at a point now where things are starting to make a bit more sense. You're starting to have a little bit more clarity over a situation, and it's pointing you in the direction of trust and ultimately joy. So I'm really excited for this reading. I'm gonna use my oracle cards, my angel oracle cards. This was the first deck. Oh, we'll use this one. I want to shuffle them a bit more. I first started using this deck when I was like 8 years old, so I figured it's a good deck to start with. Oh, anything else for my turtle group? Okay. So on the bottom, what do we have? Daydream. Oh, I love that. Okay, put daydream here. We've got shower of abundance, blessing in disguise. Let's move everything down a bit. Oh, we've got 2 cards here. Joy and family. Oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful reading. So yeah, there's a lot coming through right now, and I love that we've got be joyful and joy. It just tells me that something really good is coming, or something really good is happening for you right now. Maybe you've just received some amazing news, and after going through such a really hard time, finally you're starting to see a light, and something that yes, ultimately felt very hard, but you grew so much from it, which has ultimately meant that it's a blessing in disguise. And I feel like you're at a point now where you can move forward with a lot of clarity. You're spending a lot of time thinking about, okay, this is what I want to do, and it's coming from such a place of abundance. Maybe you're having support from your family as well. But anyway, let's go through these individually, because there's a lot of stuff popping out at me right now, which is awesome. But I need to it's kind of difficult to put it in order, so let's go one by one. At the bottom of the deck, you've got Daydream. This is such a beautiful card. It says, you will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat for creativity. So yes, like, now is the time to start creating ideas. This is similar to the last group's reading, very different energy, but like the idea still stands the same, that now is a great time to just sit with your own thoughts. And this isn't so much about creating like the last group, I feel, and like planning, but this is time for reflection and just thinking, allowing messages to come to you. Get into a really clear headspace through meditating, through sitting with a morning cup of tea and feeling the present moment, and just see what comes into your mind, see what happens, see what messages come through, and if anything comes through that you resonate with, just jot it down, write it down, and you never know where it might take you. I feel like you're just on the cusp. This was the first card that jumped out. You are so close to maybe gaining something financial, being in a better financial situation than you were, but it could also be a situation where I see painting, honestly. I see something to do with art coming through, like very heavily, like I see paintbrushes and kind of swirling colours, kind of like this card, but just more reds and oranges, and I feel like maybe that has something to do with someone. But as I say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But this is what's coming through right now. I see paint. So maybe it's something to do with murals, like maybe doing big pieces of art, maybe just like on canvases as well. But yeah, this is a very strong message. Maybe your art is your joy. Maybe you've not been able to do art or express yourself, because this could also mean self-expression, for some time, for some reason, and you're just finding your power again. You're slowly coming back to yourself, and you're slowly starting to trust your process again. And the art that's coming through is so colourful. Even if it's a metaphor for something, like the energy is just so bright and colourful. I love this for you. So let's read some of these cards. Shower of Abundance. To heal your financial situation, first give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you'll allow. I do feel like there is something to do with money here. Oftentimes when this card comes out, I'm just like, yeah, abundance in many forms, as I kind of felt for the last group. But particularly for you, I do feel like money is coming through. It could be making money from your art. If that's been something that you've been wanting to get into, I'd really look into that, because this is very strong, this message. Okay, blessing in disguise. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayers in the best way. So yes, what appears to be or what has appeared to be going wrong in your life is actually part of the solution. The thing is about change is that things have to break down in order to get better. We are constantly rebuilding ourselves, and oftentimes we have to rebuild from absolute rubble, and that is like such a hard thing to have to do, and it's so hard to have faith when you're in that situation. But I see here that whatever you are building from is actually the blocks for your success, and that is so beautiful, little turtles. And the message is just, yeah, it just has so much happiness. I really feel like you're coming into yourself, you're coming into your own skin. You've got this hardened shell where you've learned so much, and that's going to really it's going to really benefit you in the future with whatever you're pursuing here, like this art or this creativity. Right, joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at the highest possible levels. So yes, this is just saying that when you move with joy, in this particular situation, everything is going to align. When you appreciate what you have right now and you feel the joy within each moment, you're going to start attracting stuff that you have been wanting to attract, and things that you didn't even realize that you wanted, but the universe knows that you need, because you are in the right mindset and you have the correct alignment in order to receive these things. You're in the right energetic alignment. So that's so cool. I'm really happy. I'm really happy for you. Okay, and now we've got this family card. I want to see where family comes into this, because I realize I haven't really focused on this card very much. But let's see what it says. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you understand and heal. So this could be either a deep conversation that you've had or you will recently have with a family member. Maybe they are putting you in the right direction, or maybe this is a family conflict, or both. Maybe a family conflict that has led to this big change, this big churning of events that has felt very heavy and slow and long. But I do see that you have moved through it with grace, just like how the turtle swims. I feel like you have moved through this. You've glided through the water of this situation, and you are it may not feel like it for you, but you've moved through it with grace. So in your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So maybe there's someone in your life who you feel very grateful for right now. They don't even have to be actual family. They could be your soul family. But maybe they have given you a piece of advice or a conversation which has really changed your point of view and pointed you in the right direction, and you feel very grateful for that. And so this card is just asking you to be open to receiving. If someone offers you help, don't feel like you have to be such a lone wolf with it. You can receive. It's okay to receive. And actually, you should receive. If you have family who are trying to help you, who want to point you in the direction that you want to go, don't feel like you don't have enough value to receive it, because you do. So I hope that makes sense. Let's get these moon cards. This is the first time use in this reading, so I'm very excited to be using these. Let's see what comes out. What do they need to know right now? What do they already know? What do they need to hear? Oh, let's get rid of this one. Oh, there's one. Do we have any more? Thank you. So on the bottom we have the frog. Oh, it's so cute. The path has been cleared for you to make a change that previously seemed unachievable. Guys, this is like This is such a clear message. Oh, this is so beautiful. So yeah, you've been in a rut for a while. There's been something going on that you felt really stuck. And finally things are starting to shift for you. I'm so happy for you. Oh, we've got 2 cards here. Hey, we've got the moon in Cancer. We've got the new moon and the moon in Sagittarius. This is excitable. It's excitable? This is exciting. So, the moon in Cancer, what does it say? If I can pick it up. Spend time with family, yes. Or helping others, yes. Avoid situations that can drain you on your emotions. So I see 2 sides here. I see you've got some family members who are just like driving you absolutely insane. Like they're just like not on your level. Just causing you a lot of stress right now. And then on the other side, you have some beautiful connections who are just bringing you so much joy and who are pointing you in the right path. And this connection is aligned, and this connection is maybe a soulmate. It doesn't even have to be like romantic, could be romantic, but I do see like, I feel like female friendships, this kind of powerful like feminine, divine feminine energy, and they are leading you to something just naturally from being your friend. So this is very clear to me that it's saying make sure that you are spending time with these people. They elevate your life. You've got the new moon here. The time is ripe for seeking new opportunities. And I think this goes very well with the daydream card. Maybe you should daydream under a new moon, set some intentions, meditate, and just see what comes through. Because I guarantee that some cool shit would come through for you. And you would get a lot of like aha moments. Okay, moon in Sagittarius. Be prepared to be adaptable, as plans you have laid out may take an unexpected course. Right, so maybe things aren't gonna turn out exactly as you planned, but I see here that they're gonna turn out even better. I see that you've wanted something for a long time, this creative endeavor possibly, and it just hasn't been moving forward for whatever reason. It could be a bunch of things, but now you are in the ashes. You are in your phoenix moment where things are shifting for you and things are going to start moving forward with way more clarity. However, this card says be open to change, be open to things not going exactly how you planned, because the universe has a bigger plan and it's going to be even better than you could have ever imagined. Wow. Okay, I'm so excited for you guys. Please let me know in the comments what this is, because I really want to know. But I really hope this resonated, and I hope that you guys have an amazing next chapter, because it looks like you are. Anyway, thank you so much, my cutie little turtles, and have a beautiful day. Bye bye. Hello, my beautiful butterflies. Oh my goodness, I love this card so much. It's so pretty. And I have a thing for butterflies. They're definitely one of my favorite animals, insects. I just find them so beautiful. I find myself surrounded by butterflies at the moment, living in the countryside, and they're such a beautiful part of being alive, don't you think? So this message is what you already know deep down but need to hear again. So let's get into it. Be ready to transform with wisdom. So this is it. The butterfly represents massive change. You know, the butterfly comes from a little caterpillar who's just kind of minding their own business and doing their own thing, and then they go into this chrysalis for ages, and you know, the whole body of the caterpillar basically disintegrates and turns into mush, and then forms a butterfly. Like, how crazy is that? Like, how nuts is nature? And I feel like again, for some reason, all 3 readings have been these big changes, and I feel like this is the biggest change. Oh my goodness. And I thought the other 2 were big changes, but bloody hell, this is next level. This is everything falling apart and being put back together from absolutely nothing. This could be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I feel like maybe this reading might be my reading, actually. This is like, so just for reference, I recently moved country. I was living in Japan for years, like about 5 years in total, and I thought that I was going to settle there. I was planning on getting an akia, which is like an old empty house, and I wanted to renovate it, and I wanted to like have a guinea pig sanctuary or like an animal sanctuary in general. And I had all of these plans. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I was like madly in love, and it didn't work out, and I ended up having to come back to England. And so I got a divorce, and I came back to England, and I bought this little camper van that we're in right now, and I'm starting all over again. And I feel like this is the exact energy of this kind of situation. And let me know in the comments if you are also going through this mad change, like moving country or even moving city. Like it's so gutsy to have to do that. And I really respect people who leave their hometown to pursue something bigger. And this is the kind of energy that I am getting from you. This is about massive transformation and being in a place where, you know, even though it was really, really hard to do this, you know it was the right thing to do, and you are starting to glow because of it. You're starting to become this beautiful butterfly. But the kind of sad thing about butterflies is that they never know how beautiful they really are. They don't ever get to see their wings, do they? And I wonder if you're in this situation where you just need me to remind you a little bit that you are beautiful and you are glowing, and things are so much better than they were before. And this is maybe just a reminder that actually, even though things are really hard, and even though, like, okay, you're gonna have dips, like moments are gonna happen where you're like, oh my god, that was awful, and you might need to cry about it, and you might need to grieve this past life, this past version of yourself. She doesn't exist anymore. She's transformed. She's evolved into something bigger, better, more beautiful, more skilled, more abundant. And you are this butterfly, and it's just wonderful. Like, you have just gone through this huge transformation. You've been through so much, and you've come out the other side. And oh, it's just awesome. I'm gonna pull from my Angel Oracle deck, which I have told the other 2 groups that I have had this deck for as long as I can remember, and I started using them probably when I was around 8. So I have a lot of experience using oracle cards. I'm not much of a tarot reader. I enjoy the tarot readings, but like on YouTube, but I don't really do them myself. Oh, okay, I freaking love this. Perfect timing. This is one of my favorite cards. I have a lot of favorite cards, by the way, so you might hear me say that a lot. What else have we got here? Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, butterfly can go down there. We've got assertiveness, let your past go, and time to go. Like, how much clearer can it be, guys? How much clearer can it be? You know, yes, you've been through something that has shaped you and changed you in a way that you will forever be changed. You'll forever be different. That song from Wicked, Because I Knew You, comes through right now. So if that means something to you, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I have been changed for good, is what I'm hearing in this message. There is no going back. And you have been changed for the better, regardless of how things turned out, whether people left your life, you gained people. You have become a better person, and you have become more true to yourself. You have become this beautiful butterfly that you knew was always inside of you. How beautiful is that? So let's have a look at the perfect timing, because I feel like this is kind of saying that there is something on the horizon for you. Now is a perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. So yes, you've got better people in your circle now. You've got people who will support you. You've got better situations, and everything is just as it should be. Everything is ripe for change. And for, if you want to go for something right now, if there's something very specific, obviously we've got music on this card. We've also got music here. But I also see something like, maybe you have a big goal in mind. Maybe you want to, like, this is really specific, but like I see like some of you might be training like in the gym, or training to do like a triathlon or a marathon or something along those lines. Let me know if that resonates in the comments. I feel like you're working up for something, or maybe it just feels like a marathon. Maybe it's something that is like a big project. And now is the time to do that. Like, now is the right time to just go for it. Okay? So let's have a look at assertiveness. I feel like you've had to be very assertive for this. I feel like this is, you know, you've got your past, your present, and the future. This is kind of how I'm reading this. So your past, you've had to be assertive. This situation can be healed gently and with love, as you've requested. Yet there's also a need for strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. Oh my goodness. I mean, that I feel like, although some of the stuff that's coming through maybe isn't meant for me, but a lot of this reading is very, very telling of my personal situation, which is really beautiful that I can share this with you. But yeah, in the past you've had to speak your truth. It's not been one of those situations like in group number 2 where maybe it's better to just walk away and keep the peace for yourself and not worrying about what's the word? Not being concerned about closure, because sometimes closure is more effort than it's worth, honestly. But in this situation, I feel like there has had to be some very difficult conversations, and it's been very hard to get through it, but ultimately it was the best thing to do, and it made you strong because of being able to communicate and actually get clarity on the situation. It meant that you knew that you had to go into your chrysalis. You knew that you had to transform. You knew that you had to go through this because there was no other way. When all of the cards are on the table, literally, when you found out what you needed to find out, even though it was disappointing, most likely, it was almost like a relief, because you knew that you had an opportunity to transform, to recreate yourself and move in a direction that felt more aligned, and maybe you hadn't been feeling aligned for a while. Let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it and need it, and now it's gone. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say other than 100%. Like, when you hold on to things emotionally, you hold on to things in your body as well, and that's a very dangerous thing to do. It causes stress, it causes illness. And so letting your past go is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, to allow yourself the freedom, because it's almost like you are hurting yourself because of what happened to you. And it's not a good mindset. It's kind of victim mindset, if you don't mind me being so blunt. And it's really important to shift out of that. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to have moments and grieve, but don't wallow in it. Don't sit in it long enough for it to hurt you. So this is, the message: let your past go. Okay, finally, time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and oh, my cat's coming in. 1 second. Hi, baby. She's just come in for some biscuits. So if you hear crunching in the background, but I am wearing a microphone, so maybe you won't hear it. Sometimes she likes to be on this table, so it would be really funny if in the future she comes in for these readings and just like sits on the cards. I would love that. But anyway, time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues of your life. Very true. See the beauty within each sunset of your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Guys, endings are merely the start of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Oh my goodness, the message is so clear. You've had to go, you've had to leave something, and that hasn't been easy. But this is life. Change is the only thing that we have that is constant. And change can be so beautiful, but it can also be very hard. But what's important is that you see the ebbs and the flows of every change. You see the beautiful things within it. Because there is beauty in everything, even the most tricky situations. You can learn, you can grow, you can morph. So with that being said, let's get the moon cards. First time use for this reading. Oh, these are a little bit difficult to shuffle. You okay, Toothless? Do you want to go out? My cat wants to go out. Okay, 1 moment. I swear, in the mornings, she's just in and out every 5 minutes. She'll just come over, snack, leave, come back, snack. Okay. Ooh, we have the owl in the first deck. That's exciting. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I don't think we're going to do all of these. Let's get one more, please. Oh, we got 2 more. That's fine. We can work with that. We've got new moon. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, the last group got new moon as well. The time is ripe for seeking new opportunities. Right. So you've become this butterfly. Now's the time to be the butterfly. You know, let's actually use our power of being beautiful and the changes that we went through, the lessons that we learned. Let's use it for good. A crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. Right, so you've moved through this really tricky time, clearly, and now you're able to see the other side. You can see the beauty that comes with change, even something as heartbreaking as divorce in my case. But you can see how important that was to become who you are. Oh, beautiful. Did we get the moon in Cancer last time? Spend time with family or helping others. Avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions. Yes, we did get this card in the last group. So yeah, this could be about spending time with your loved ones, about the people that you trust, especially with like such a massive change. I really feel like the company that you keep is what's most important, honestly. I don't know how I'd live without my girlfriends going through divorce and moving country again. Like, I honestly don't think I'd have coped. But they saved me, they really did, and I'm so grateful for all of the girls in my life who just were there for me and helped me realize that this was the right decision, and trusted me to make my own choice, and were there for me when I did finally make the choice. Like, those girls, like, honestly saved my life. And this is that card. Find your girl group, find your family, find the people who you trust more than anybody, and just hold them close and allow them to help you. And then we've got the wolf and the cat. These are beautiful. I don't think I've seen these before. So, beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. Right, I think this pairs nicely with the let your past go. Like, it's really easy to spiral. I mean, I know. It's really easy to get into this mindset of, oh my gosh, it's been so much change, it's so much, it's too much. But that's in the past, girlie. It's in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Why are you spiraling? Why are you holding on so tightly? Because it's only hurting you. All you have is this present moment. And if you look around you, if you ground yourself and look at the things that you have in your vicinity and see, okay, I'm not in that anymore. That doesn't exist in my present anymore. It doesn't exist in general, you know? All you have is this present moment. You don't have the future, you don't have the past, all you have is now. Which is a great book, by the way, which really helped me with this perspective. So make sure that you're not going out of control with negative thinking regarding your past. And finally, the cat. I'm a cat lady, I'm a crazy cat lady, so I'm really glad this card came out. Make time to focus on your own spiritual well-being and connect to the metaphysical world around you. Something I love about cats is how independent and confident they are in themselves. Like, since coming back to England and being around my cat again, I've learned so much from her, honestly. Like, she helps me so much, and I think we can all take the energy of cats to realize our own worth, realize our own confidence. Cats don't question, you know, they are like royalty. Cats, they believe they are royalty, and so should you. You are like the queen butterfly in this situation. You've come out of this god-awful situation so strong, so beautiful, so powerful. So make sure you recognize that. Make sure you ground yourself in that. You're not who you were. You are not your past. You did it all. You did it. You got through it. And now is the perfect time for something new. Okay, I really hope that resonated with you. This is such a beautiful message, and I'm really glad that I could feel connected to this message as well. So let me know in the comments if it resonated for you and what parts you are taking from this message. Have a really beautiful day, and take care, guys. Bye.